Hi, this is Francisco Perez with Elegante Entertainment, and I want to thank you for joining us and on watching these videos. I want to continue today with where we left off on yesterday's video, and that would be the continuation of how I took my business and the visions that I established early on that were gonna that I wanted to the goals that I wanted to achieve, the what I wanted to provide, the services, the reason for me bringing this new DJ company, and what I wanted to provide, the type of events that I wanted to cover. So the first thing that I have written here on my notes is I wanted to provide a high quality entertainment service for the Hispanic community. The biggest thing that was out there were Hispanic DJs that didn't dress accordingly to the event. There's a lot of DJs that I noticed at family events and family parties, especially like quinceañeras and weddings, and they would show up with jeans or a t-shirt, kind of dressed to just be at home, not really be at a party where everybody was dressed up. They had a suit on and had a brand new dress or dressed very elegantly, and these DJs would show up and kind of dressed like they were just going to go play basketball or going to go walk around the mall. And even at that, I mean, there's people walking around the mall that were dressed way better than what they were. So I wanted to provide that professional appearance for my clients, or for the especially for the Hispanic community. There wasn't anything that I had seen at that time that would provide that professional appearance, especially like I said, at a very elegant event, or a very social atmosphere. So that's the first thing that I wanted to establish, was just a professional appearance. The other thing that I noticed was that there weren't really any real masters of ceremonies for Hispanic events. It was, all you had was a DJ talking about his company, talking about how he was mixing live, or how they provided the best atmosphere at the event. And all this was going on while the people are dancing, and he's trying to hype up his image to the people there, pretty much selling himself all night long. This is DJ so and so mixing live, blah blah blah, all night long. That's all you would hear. So I wanted to provide an alternative for that, more of an elegant, respectful atmosphere, still a little bit of crowd interaction and a little bit of crowd motivation, but not necessarily the same self-promotion over the microphone that it's kind of tacky. I mean, if you think about it, this DJ is taking the time to present his services to the people. And it's interesting because over the last few years, I've met with brides and parents of quinceañeras. They come to me and tell me, we don't want the DJ to announce himself every 5 minutes over the microphone, or over this robot that, as they describe it, they don't know what it is. This robot coming on every 5 minutes saying, "In the mix, DJ so and so." And I just met a bride yesterday that was telling me that. So the first thing I asked her was, "So who was this DJ?" And she's like, "I don't know." So apparently it doesn't work. For all the DJs that are doing that, it doesn't work. It doesn't stay in people's mind, and it's really tacky, and people are really shying away from that. Again, I wanted to create an elegant alternative to what was out there. The bad dressed DJ, the tacky announcements. There were actually DJs that made fun of people at events that I saw personally with my own two eyes. So I wanted to create an elegant alternative. That's where I wanted my business to go. My services, that's what I wanted to provide, and that's what I still provide. Also wanted to provide a great mix of American and Latin music, Hispanic music, all the Spanish music. Pretty much I wanted to reflect what I like, which is a wide variety of Spanish music and a wide variety of English music. I mean, I am Hispanic, but I grew up here in the United States, so Spanish is my first language. Spanish music, was influenced throughout my life, but at the same time, I grew up here, went to high school, middle school, college, everything here. So I've grown up with the American music, and I like both styles of music, and I love to dance both styles of music. So I wanted to create that atmosphere because I already knew the music, I liked it, I knew the music that people like to dance, and that I like to dance, which made it really easier. And like I said, that was my last point. I want to create that atmosphere where everybody is having a good time with the whole night. Everybody, we may sit down for a few minutes because you don't like this genre, but a few minutes later you're getting up and you're dancing music that you like. So throughout the night there's going to be music, and that's what I wanted to create. I was doing good at that, and eventually it took me in that direction. My whole business, my whole goals and objectives took me in that direction, but I also presented new twists to things. I would say about 3 years ago, let's say 2006, so it's about 4 to 5 years ago, 2006, 2007, I wanted to improve. I wanted to provide more services, better presentation services. So I started taking some trainings for Master of Ceremonies and doing a good job of presenting and doing everything as good as, let's say, somebody doing the Oscars or somebody doing an award show, award ceremony that you see on TV. I wanted that elegance and that fun and that good atmosphere. I also needed help with selling myself. So the first training that I ever took was a course called Commanding Top Dollar with Integrity, which was given by Steve Mootney. And Steve came down here. I was surprised because out of all the DJs in the Houston area, and I'm talking about hundreds and probably thousands of DJs in the Houston area, there's only 3 DJs interested enough to pay for the course to get that training, which was how to provide sell your services and make people understand what you provide to them. So that was the first thing I noticed, that not everybody, not all the DJs pay for training or think it's important for them to put themselves out there to where somebody else can say, hey, you're doing it this way, why don't you try doing it this other way? It may work better, or just try it. The next course that I took was the Love Story Workshop by Mark and Rebecca Farrell, who came to Houston and actually did a 2-day workshop. And it was more of a workshop, so you actually got up and showed what you knew, and they were able to take that and help you move in a different direction and try things differently, or probably go out of your way to try something that's a little bit harder. Learn how to do proper microphone techniques, so this one was an eye-opener, another eye-opener, but actually geared more toward DJ training, and it was on how to present the love story at a wedding reception. The other one that I took was also by Mark and Rebecca Farrell. It was the Master of Ceremonies workshop, and this one was also geared more towards the duties of the Master of Ceremonies at any given ceremony. My focus obviously is wedding receptions and quinceañeras, so I wanted to be able to give that professional look, that elegant touch to presenting people. So just more of a Master of Ceremonies, moving away from just a DJ screaming every 5 minutes and presenting himself, and I wanted it to be more memorable, more elegant, and more respectful to the people.